But first, the following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. If you're thinking about buying a home right now, you may be asking yourself a very important question. Should I buy now or wait for mortgage interest rates to come down? Well, today we're looking at that question from the perspectives of real estate, mortgage financing, and the closing process. So joining us now to share some tips are Ben Goldman from Eastern Title and Settlement, David Maldonado from District Pro Realty, along with Carlos Mejia from the Mortgage Link, who also has our tip of the day. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, we would love to start out with that tip of the day, Carlos.
Awesome. The tip of the day, don't try to time the market. Know what you can comfortably afford today.
All right. That's a great one. Now, Carlos, buyers, of course, tend to focus on that interest rate. From a lender's perspective, is that rate really the most important number?
Not necessarily. Interest rate is very important. However, it is not the only part of the equation. Buyers should always consider purchase price, down payment, taxes, but also their monthly payment. So instead of focusing too much on interest rate, I recommend people to ask themselves two very important questions. How much are you comfortable to invest up front for your closing costs and for your down payment? And also, what are you comfortable with as a monthly payment? And if you don't know how to answer those questions, it's very important you get with a reputable lender, and we'll be happy to walk you over these numbers and give you a very clear picture of what the home buying plans are.
Yeah, come talk to Carlos if you are not sure about those numbers. All right, David, so here's a big question. Should the buyers wait for the interest rates to come down before buying a home? What do you think?
Excellent question, and that question applies to a lot of my clients, which are military veterans. So going back to your question, whether buyers should wait until the interest rate come down, my question is very simple, absolutely not. I tell you, I have a client that she was looking for a house, she waited a couple of years, and now that property, number one, is not available, and it's like $20,000 more. So my advice is find a solid local lender, like these guys here from the Mortgage Link, a solid real estate agent, and we can both as a team can help you position to win in this market.
All right, that sounds great. I know you are a veteran yourself, so thank you so much for your service.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I've got another question for you. If a buyer enters the market right now, what opportunities might exist that wouldn't necessarily exist if the rates fall and more buyers come back into the market?
Of course, some of the opportunities that may exist on this market now is we can find sellers offering seller concessions. We can find more opportunities, negotiation for opportunities, and you can position yourself to actually win on that market.
All right. Carlos, to that buyer out there who says, I'll just wait for the rates to drop, just another 0.5% or just 1%, what do you say to them?
Not necessarily. So the thing is, you never know when rates are going to go up or go down. No one can really try to time the market. So it's very important that you get with a lender that can explain to you your current situation and you make a decision with your current situation.
Yeah, don't try and time the market per se. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ben,
yes,
when people, from your perspective, what is the first thing that people should do when the title company reaches out to them?
Well, most of us nowadays are going to use an online technology platform. But even if it's done the old-fashioned way, the title company is going to want you to respond to a number of questions that we need to know. You know, are you going to be at settlement? You know, are you using a power of attorney? If it's a seller, you know, do we have to order payoffs for things that affect the title? So there's a lot of information we're going to want. So please provide the information in a timely manner, because holding us up, it's just going to hold up the whole process. The other thing, there's a lot of fraud going on nowadays. So a lot of things we do right up front, we want to verify people's identity. So if we ask you, you know, for identity verification, please do that so we can proceed and get everything done and make sure you have a smooth settlement process.
All right, great advice. David, as we wrap up here, how important is it to have just a really good team around you, especially if you are a first-time home buyer?
Very important. That's a great question. And now nowadays on this market, it's very important that you surround yourself with a good real estate agent, with a solid lender that can help you navigate the process, and so you can be competitive and can help you win that offer.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. Here's another look at the tip of the day. For more, the number to call is 301-996-7532. Sorry, 7432. Or visit themortgagelink.com. And be sure to follow the real estate top performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.